Now we start this hour with Munich. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has received the Ewald-Von-Kleist Award during the Munich Security Conference in a ceremony held at the historic residence of the former Bavarian kings in Munich, Germany. The award was presented by Bavarian State Premier Markus Söder, MSC Chairman Wolfgang Ischinger, and Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk, who later spoke at a news conference. At the same time, Volodymyr Zelensky also says that he's surprised that Russia had decided to change the leadership of its negotiating team for peace talks in Geneva next week, a move he said was designed to postpone any decisions. This comes after Russia said its delegation to Geneva would be led by Putin's advisor Vladimir Medinsky, a change from negotiations in Abu Dhabi, at which Russia's team was led by military intelligence chief Igor Kostyukov. Now we welcome Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's a fellow at Hudson Institute, joins us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, looking at this, Russia has changed their delegation, and you also, what do you think this suggests? Why do you think they have changed their delegation in this timing in particular?
There's a possibility that negotiation hasn't going well, and that's why they change the leadership of the negotiation is a reason on surface, I guess. But at the same time, it is true that what Zelensky said, this is a tactics to delay the negotiation, and there's a possibility it is true, because last 1 year, Russia tried to postpone the agreement repeatedly. So there is a high possibility that Russia's strategic purpose of this negotiation is delaying the sanction against Russia, not seeking the real ceasefire. Because view from Russia, still this is not a war, this is special military operation against the region which should belong to Russia. So that's why Russia still says Ukraine is not independent country. So, and they continue this special military operation, because if Russia says this is a war against other nation, the sovereign country. So that is Russia do not want to say. So if so, the ceasefire and fix the borderline itself is not Russia's interest. So that's why if the negotiation has agreed and the ceasefire has happen. In this case, Russia cannot expand territory in Ukraine, and this is not Russia's interest, President Putin think. So that's why the many tactics they are using to delay the negotiation is their interest. That is logical, I believe.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we come back to you. Let's now listen into what President Zelensky has shared after receiving the award.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very proud to be here, and great honor for me, and very proud to have such friends and to be the president of Ukraine, of our people, our great nation. And thanks Germany, really, and your people who are supporting us from the very beginning of full-scale war. We understand, and we are very so thankful that you are the biggest donors. Your country, you helped us a lot. A lot of first steps been done by Germany and other partners, by Europe, but Germany made a great step.
Now we welcome back Dr. Satoru Nagao from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for staying with us. As you know, we saw Zelensky receive this award. He has highlighted how important Germany's support has been for Ukraine. What is Germany's role for Ukraine before and also right now?
View from the location, the view from the power, Germany is leading country in Europe now. Because, of course, the United States and US lead NATO is the most important, but at the same time, currently, United States want to take distance from the Ukraine issue a little bit because they want to focusing on Indo-Pacific against China, or most importantly, the American continent is interest area as a priority. So that's why the Europe issue should be taken charge by the Europe, and in this case, which country can lead Europe? Some countries exist, but the German's role is very important because of the size of the economy, because of the central location, and because of the military potential. So that's why the view from the Ukraine, if the US reduce the support more, in this case, the Ukraine should rely on. In this case, Germany's leadership is very important in this region. So ask Germany to more support. And in this case, Ukraine need to send a friendship message to Germany. So that is what's happening, I think.
Thank you for sharing that analysis, Dr. Nagao. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now we move on to US. Former US President Barack Obama has condemned the operations of immigration